What could double as a bludgeon or a garrote?
Spend a luck point now.
Something heavily cured, like very dense.
I think you've got like a nice, like you got a big old, like you go to the football game, you get the turkey drumstick. And you got, like,
so like a small club.
Yeah, you're gonna have
like a meat.
That one, yeah.
You got a meat hammer, pretty much. A hammer made of meat.
You know what? Hammer. Maybe we could actually make a meat hammer.
Man, that was my nickname in high school. So I would like to
ask Stripper how it works.
But we did so well sneaking in here, though.
That's
I know,
true.
but now we're in here with him. We can say, Stripper, we saw what you did. How does it work? And he'll probably say, I don't know. And then that'll require us to do further experiments.
Do you want to ask?
You want to bludgeon a strip? Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to pass off to the supernumerary so that we can determine how room 302 works.
All right. So Stripper is there holding a dead pig by the throat with a knife. We're hiding behind a bush.
I think I know how room 302 works.
We're going to pop out from behind the bush and say, "Hey, Stripper!" and get his attention.
Can you do an inertia roll for me?
No, I cannot, but I will anyway.
Actually, no.
The -1.
I disagree.
Oh.
No.
That's interesting. You rolled
That's
a
D26.
Oh, a D27.
Wow.
I mean,
that's some Monty Python bullshit there.
That's not right.
it checks out to me.
Yeah, the classic die of D26.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Okay,
minus
that's
1.
Yeah,
It's a -1, but that's still let's see. Inertia is a -1.
mixed success at a 9. Yeah. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna say, "Hey, Stripper," and then Stripper's gonna turn and look at you and immediately sees you, and just like this, like incredibly, like almost like a panther in the wild, like he lunges at you full on with the chef's knife, and he's got it, and he's like ready to turn around on you. All you have in your hand is a giant drumstick, and as you go to like try to beat him away, you manage to essentially crack into the side of this guy's hand as the chef's knife kind of enters your shoulder up here, but you do take a wound. Now you have a chef's knife in your shoulder, but as you've cracked into the head, the body itself goes flying off into the distance, into a bush, but there's also the body of Stripper right in front of you as well, making 2 essential bodies in front of you.
All right, so the one in front of us, I'll leave the knife there for now. Gonna check to make sure, is this body in front of me dead?
It's breathing, but it's unconscious.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for the other body that went flying.
Yeah, you find it in a bush. It looks like it has suffered a head trauma wound. It is dead.
Is dead. Okay. I'll leave the knife in there for right now, because remove the knife might make things worse with the blood. I am open to suggestions, but I think we should drag the dead Stripper bodies out of 302.
I think we should write a little check mark next to our list where it had Stripper could be murdered. Should check that one off because we did confirm that one.
I mean, we
accurate.
confirmed accidental manslaughter. I don't know if we confirmed murder.
Murderable.
Oh no, we need to get both of these bodies out of room 302.
Where are we gonna put them?
I don't know,
Room
just out of this
302.
room, out of the forest space.
Still
I
in
wanna
the
see
room,
what
but out of the
happens
room.
when the dead one and the live one are out of 302.
So we can throw them in the river that's in 301, maybe.
I think we
Just
just
out
need to
of
get
this
them
room.
out
We
of
don't
the
need to throw
forest.
anyone in rivers. We can put them in the hallway. It's just an experiment to see what happens when the duplicates are out of the magical pocket dimension.
I wonder if the new one will be good at stripping or cooking.
Or will he be better? Like, the duplicate is like a better version. Oh, I'm dragging dead one out first.
So you're gonna drag both dead bodies out of this room,
Yes.
or both bodies out of this room. Okay, you do that. The one is starting to wake up in the hall, like it's like the living one is starting to wake up. What are you doing? Are you just gonna watch this all play out? What are you?
So we remove them from the magical pocket dimension.
Yes.
There's no discernible change or difference in the two versions, except one's living, one's dead.
Right.
So yeah, I want to see what happens when Live Stripper wakes up. Can I place them so they're like both back against the wall, facing each other? Just because I want to see him wake up and see his dead body in front of him. Orbit. I say go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So can you do a Oh, this is a pretty good one. Can you do a extra familiarity roll for me? Nice. You the alive body wakes up and is kind of like delirious and is looking around and is like, oh man, I'm so dead. Oh, so good to see. And kind of looks over at you and he's like, oh hey, did I bring you the meat you wanted? And he looks over at the dead body and his eyes actually like roll back in his head, the whites of his eyes, like that's all you can see, and he starts convulsing. You feel kind of like disoriented, like there's something kind of like disorienting happening in front of you, and it's almost like you are feeling smaller and smaller in a room, and the actual like beings that are there are kind of like vibrating. You feel this vibration sensation happening, and almost like a spontaneous combustion. Both of the bodies just absolutely burst into flames in front of you and leave nothing in their wake.
Wow. Don't see that every day.
Actual spontaneous combustion.
Okay, well, what have we learned?
Is it murder now?
Yes. Or accidental manslaughter. We'll go with accidental manslaughter because we do have a knife sticking out of us that he did.
Act of God.
He did attack us.
Act of God. The Priory might know a thing about that. Or Gaivengai.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe this was Gaivengai doing a magic trick.
oh. This
Got
seems a
Mr.
little bit
Beast over
advanced
here in
from
his
what we
social
hear.
experiments.
Yeah. What we've had described as more sleight of hand, and this is a pretty big jump from that.
Sleight of man.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Is it just me, or
No,
do
thank
things keep getting weirder and weirder?
Okay, well,
True.
suspect number 6 is off the table. You're welcome.
We're gonna run out of
everybody.
suspects, aren't we?
If we murder all the suspects,
Then
And I guess we've
technically,
solved the case.
it's solved.
Yeah, if we
we
murder
will
all
have
the
achieved
suspects,
our
we are
vengeance.
the vengeance.
For what?
I thought we were trying to find a murderer, and if the only person who's left and everyone else in this hotel is dead, by default, we are the murderer.
Ooh, and no one will ever know. The end. Case closed. Sounds great.
That's
Tie a
not
bow
how
on it.
any of this works.
But it could. You're making up rules.
We are, I
Okay.
believe, a super detective. We are a
On
police person.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, if we're going to do this allegedly, let's earn it. Allegedly.
So we've also learned a very interesting thing, just potential information to have, that our dead body that's upstairs, we may want to take another look at it, but we can be pretty certain that maybe this logic doesn't play out. That we know they weren't killed. No. I'm gonna say we know they weren't killed in 302.
I'm gonna stop you
Unless there's
right there because
people
you're the one.
Yeah.
You're the one that's kind of in there. I'm gonna have you make a grand definition roll, and by God, if you get this wrong, Jesus H Christ on a cracker.
Oh no! Don't roll low.
Like them odds.
Just roll low. Let's get it done.
Let's.
Cody just wants to watch the world burn.
So close.
Okay.
Wait, grand definition. We have a -1. That is a 6.
That is a 6. Oh, but I have a deja vu. I can re-roll, right?
No,
You
turn
can
it into a
upgrade
mixed
it
success?
to a partial.
You can
Don't do
upgrade
it.
it.
Okay, let's- I'm gonna use my deja vu and make this a mixed success.
Okay. Yeah. You are starting to put together pieces. You're putting together the correct pieces, and you realize it's like two things can't be the case in the world. They can't both be alive and dead. And you start thinking about the words of Mothman, of things that could be and could not be. And you remember just deep in your recesses about Schrodinger's box is that things are neither alive or dead when they enter Schrodinger's box. But once the truth has been revealed, then they cease to exist. And you realize that that is just a thought experiment and has never been actually tried in person.
So basically, what you're telling us is that we've been murdered, and if we go upstairs and take that bucket off that head and look at it, it's going to be our face, and we'll both burst into flames?
We don't even know what we look like. How would we even know?
We would know if we
looked at
burst into
ourselves in the
flames.
reflection of the water
Or,
in the pool, right?
well, you know what? Yes, that's a good idea. Let's
Also, we
jump
have a
into
shard-
the pool and get wet, and then when we're soaking wet and we won't catch fire, we'll go up and look then.
We also have a
Very
shard
literal.
of mirror in our pocket, so we could just go look at it while looking at us.
Oh, Medusa style.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if that'll work, but you
But
know
if
what?
we
Maybe
don't
if we
burst into
do.
flames, if we
both.
don't burst into flames, then at least we know we're not the dead body up there.
Ooh, I got an idea. Let's find the bellhop. Take him up there. Have him go in. Take the bucket. Look at the body and tell us if we look like the body. Because we don't even know what we look like, and we don't want to burst into flames. So that way, we'll know. And if he lies to us, then we can kill him.
I'm pretty sure we specifically looked at ourselves in the reflection of the pool when we went to the pool to get an
Yeah,
idea of what we
it's
look.
how, do we really know what we look like if we looked at a reflection of ourselves in a clear, chlorinated pool that was not exactly still?
You've looked at yourself in the mirror in the hotel room before, after
Foggy.
the event, but it was kind of, it wasn't too foggy. You could tell that you were a male of a middle-aged, maybe probably older on the upper side, probably I would say late 50s, early 60s.
So the guy under
Ragged.
the bucket, If there's been any decomposition, he's about the same size as us, about the same age as us. He could just be our cousin or something. We're not going to know. He's probably all like gross and melty under there.
Into flames.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, if we dip ourselves in water first and use mirror, I don't think we're going to burst into flames.
No, the
like
way
a
we
deeper
find out
flame.
is we take the body to 302 and we go into the forest.
All right. You know what? Weirdly, I
makes
think
so
that's
much
the most
sense.
logical way to do this.
That makes so much sense. I wasn't even thinking that.
I think we're going to have to do that. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Yep.
I think, but we might also
Absolutely.
need Bill Hop's help to drag that body.
You know what? If we can drag a
Congratulations.
couch,
Oh, you're a
we
fucker.
can drag our own damn
Oh, that's
body.
true. We're
to room
throwing around
302.
furniture. We carried
Yeah.
2 muscle men out of the forest. Yeah, let's go grab that dead body.
Let's
keep
go
that
get
bucket on.
that body
all of
and
the
drag it to the
302.
room. Yeah. I got
It's
nothing
just-
to add. Let's see what happens.
If worst case, we take the body to Mothman and ask him, look, no bullshit.
You know what? I
No
love
cap,
Mothman.
Mothman.
I feel I feel very supported by Mothman. I feel like he has our best interests at heart. But every answer he gives us is both an answer and a non-answer. Every answer he gives us is more than one answer. So no matter what we ask him, he's going to go, we're going to say, is this us? And he's going to go, yes and no. And it's not going to do us any good.
But he'll also
I'm
be
just
correct
saying he's the
at
backup.
a certain point
Or
of view.
Should we deputize Mothman?
No, we
We
should
should be
just go
able to
get the
do it. We're a
body.
super detective. We can totally do that. We'll put like a badge on him and everything, and then it'll be legal. Also, then he can avenge our deaths if we do burst into flames.
We're not going to burst into flames if we do this in 302 in the forest pocket dimension.
True.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So could you roll? So you're trying to like take him down and move him. So that's like a big. I would say, like you're really like muscling it up to do all this. I think it's like you were directly like I'm going to do this. I think it's an inertia roll. To get that done, to like get him unhung, to get him unimpaled, because you impaled the body on something when you were trying to swing him around for fun just to see what would happen.
When you put it like that, it sounds
Yeah.
terrible. But okay, when we get to the room, can you re-describe what that scene looks like to us?
Yes.
So we're not
Yeah.
fresh in my brain.
So inertia is to get him off and ready, to get him for the body prepped for room 302. So if you could roll that for me.
Any bonuses? For
Which
Negative. And a flaw.
Oh.
Oh, you got a flaw?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of related to us specifically, but you do have to give the glass to Jared.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
okay.
You
yeah.
start to shake the body kind of around on this, like you're like get it off of. It's like hung, and you're trying to like wiggle it off, but it's been a while, and you actually, as you're trying to like unimpale it, wiggle it around, the body falls off of the rope with a great success, but the head of the body falls off into a bucket on the floor now, and so the bucket is just like fallen onto the floor with the head in it. So now you've got a decapitated murder,
Okay.
and
Worse.
it is Jared's. What's the name of your person again?
I'm the light touch.
Light touch, yeah.
Let's see here. So I am inescapably stuck. So the supernumerary, you get deja vu and have to give the glass to me. One second. If the PC who made the roll has a glass, they get deja vu and must give you the glass. If they didn't, whoever has the glass gets deja vu, it must give the glass to the PC who rolled. Okay, so, yeah, so I guess I have the glass. And I am stuck. Like, I just have to live with this. Isn't it until I give something up? Abandon something emotionally important to us, just to prove how detached we are. Okay, so here I am horrified that, like, all right, well, I guess we've got a body with a detached head, and here we are, committed to figuring this thing out. I really didn't want to be in this position. Here I am. How do I get out of it? It would be a shame if we didn't want to solve crimes anymore. It would be a real shame if we decided
we can solve this one.
What? Why?
Is that we could just move on, do something else.
Why can't we just move on without solving the crime? Why do we have to solve the crime? Why does the crime have to be here? Why are we in this situation? Why do we put ourselves in this situation?
All right, these are all good questions. These are all good questions.
What's the truth? What weird thing can happen next? For
we
my
get
part,
deeper.
I am
Okay.
curious. Yeah.
Now what? We figure out who this is. Do you know how much additional work that is? What have we truly solved? And we have to go through all this rigmarole and, like paperwork and just like the proof and everything like that. And we just couldn't leave well enough alone, could we? We just had to keep digging. And now, there's a corpse and its head's gone. Its head's in that bucket.
What if that corpse is us?
Well, then we will spontaneously combust.
We don't know
Not
that.
if we
That's
do
a
it
problem.
in the 302.
So the goal, you're suggesting that we just drag this corpse on the elevator down to the 3rd floor and drag it to where Stripper immolated while carrying the bucket, and we go into 302 into the forest. We play peekaboo with this corpse and this severed head, and we see if it's us or not, and then we have to deal with that existential monstrosity. And then we decide, like, oh, I guess we just leave this corpse down here now, and then we leave with the knowledge that we are potentially a dead body, or it could just be whatever. Think
about it like this. If we do that and it turns out to be us, then the old us is dead and we can be whoever we want to be.
So, like,
As long as we solve the crime of who killed us.
Don't care about the crime.
You
We're
gotta find out
alive.
who killed us, because they might try and kill us again.
Well,
Do you want to die? Do you want to die? Do you want to die?
We'll just live
if
in
it's
302.
If it's us, yeah, but then we're trapped in 302.
It looks nice.
You want to go camping for the rest of your life? You don't seem like the camping type.
You don't seem like the type that wants to be in a pocket dimension your whole life.
All right, I'm going to grab the corpse by its ankle and the bucket in the other hand, and I'm just going to start dragging towards the elevator, and I'm not going to like it.
Well,
That's
you
cool.
could put...
What's
why don't
to
you
like
put the
here?
body and the head in the elevator first, and we could take the steps.
Right,
Because
we don't have
I
to
don't want
transport them together.
I don't want to make multiple trips, because that means we're going to get caught in this whole situation. And boy,
Okay,
that looks
all right.
suspicious, dragging a body with a severed head in a bucket. Where are you going?
What are we gonna do?
Room
Arrest
302.
Okay,
What
okay,
about
okay,
room
okay,
302?
whoa.
Well, I don't know if it's me or not.
I have an idea. It's a very forensic
Seems
idea,
very
which
noble.
means you're all going to hate it. We don't have to take the body. We just have to take the head.
No, I like that
I
idea,
don't know if it
actually.
works like that. I don't know
Let's
if it
just
works
take
like
the
that.
head. It's in the bucket already. We just need to carry the bucket. We'll put like
Fine.
a towel on top.
I'll
so
just
nobody
leave
sees
this
what's in
corpse
there.
right here in the elevator. Let's take my bucket of head. and let's go down to room 302 and let's take a look at this thing. Do. You know, just me and my
Yes, that is exactly
just
what we're
me
going
and
to
my
do.
bucket.
You know what?
Don't look
All right,
inside.
all right. We'll put an out of order sign on the elevator. It'll be fine.
I
It's a
think you
crime
guys are
scene.
worrying
Nobody
too
should
much
touch
about
it
the
anyway,
other
right?
weirdos in this motel.
No,
hotel.
I'm okay.
Who's going to call the cops? We're the
I'm
cops.
trying to get this done as
True.
quick
You're
as
just gonna
possible.
call us.
I'm not going to put a wet floor sign down or whatever. I'm just, you know, the body's where it is. I'm just going to take the bucket head and I'm going to push floor 3 and I'm going to try to be as sneaky as possible to get back into 302.
Yeah, you do that.
Whatever
Dude.
floats your boat.
Dude, I know you
right.
don't want to do this, but you don't have to be sloppy about it.
I'm not
I'm going on
sloppy.
record.
There are a lot
I
of
don't know
things
if
you
this
can
is gonna
say
work.
about me. How dare you call me sloppy?
You are not
Including the
following
whole body.
any protocol. We're not wearing gloves.
There's no protocols. There is the law of not getting caught.
Well, you might as well just take the bucket and the head and just like slide down the water slide into the pool because it won't catch fire in the bottom of the pool.
You don't know that.
I don't know that.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool to watch.
We wouldn't be able to
No,
because we'd
no,
be
we're
on
not doing
fire.
that. No, we're going. No, we're going
All
to
right.
302.
Into
Go.
room 302. I would
Okay,
like
yeah.
to pull the lamp 3 times. Click, click, click.
Yeah, you are back in this kind of like shaded wooded area. It's very dark. Like the trees are very dense. There's not a lot of area to like. It's not like a vast expanse of forest. It's very claustrophobic. You've got the grave in front of you. You've got kind of you hear like a brief boinking in the distance. You've got some blood spatter here and there from the various killings that have happened in recent time. But that's what you got.
I reluctantly reach into the bucket and grab it by what hair may remain on the top of its head and pull it from the bucket and will attempt to lock eyes with it from arm's length.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Delay that last
you-
part.
You
Stealthily.
roll a supernumerary. No, that's not a thing. Roll a exofamiliarity.
Exofamiliarity. All right.
Roll high.
No, thank you. Let me see here. What do we have here? I will. I'll eat it. That's a failure.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
you
we get
pull.
a +1 for extra familiarity. So
I
that's a
added the
7.
+1 for the
Oh, you did?
exofamiliarity.
Oh.
You pull out the head from the jar and you grab it by its hair, and the hair just separates, and you just got like scalpy pieces and blood and kind of like gross stuff, and you're like, okay, and you got to grab it by the full. You got to like really cheek throttle this head, and you.
I
pull
told
it
you we
up
needed
and-
gloves.
And you kind of like squint a little bit and look at it, and you look at it and you don't feel anything. What you do feel is pretty sad because this is your brother, Daniel. This is the face of your brother Daniel
Oh no,
from the
Daniel.
flashback.
Daniel.
And you remember that he was a guard at this hotel. In fact, he was the only guard of the hotel.
He didn't have backup. That was the problem. So he called us, and that's why we're here. And then somebody killed him.
But they
And-
think we're Daniel. They keep thinking that we have been a guard here for 8 years. Do we look that similar?
Wait. Is there anybody who didn't think we were Daniel?
Just the one guy thought that you were Daniel.
Okay,
One,
he's probably not the killer because the person who killed Daniel would know we're not Daniel, right? So by process of elimination, everybody is a suspect except him, including
The
us.
guy who I didn't ask his name.
Yes, that
Yeah,
guy.
Raccoon-
coonskin cap
raccoon head guy.
dude.
Yeah, well, he's
Right.
trustworthy. I left him right where we need him.
Is he? We don't know his name, so we don't know if he's on the list of possible.
Well,
Oh.
he got his body is in here.
No.
So if we wanted to catch him on fire, we could just bring his body out.
Okay. I think the only way we're going to be able to figure out what's going on and be able to avenge Daniel and keep ourselves alive and eating delicious meat will be to figure out who killed Daniel, and then if we can, arrest them, and if not, throw them off the building so that they're not a threat anymore. I'd prefer arrest, but at this point I'm open to negotiation.
Okay. So based on our notes from our brother, our two main suspects are Bossman and Teddy, because, you know, based on our brother's interactions with them, is Bossman was violent and he was always uncomfortable around him, and Teddy was creepy. So
Right.
if we're investigating, those should be the two we focus on. But also, who's Teddy? Did we meet Teddy?
Wait,
Yeah.
is Teddy the bellhop? I thought the bellhop was Bill Hop.
Is it Bill Hop? I don't
right. Are we sure that's...
met Teddy.
Is his
I
name
don't know
Teddy?
any
We
Teddys.
should probably go find the bellhop and ask him if his name is Bill or Teddy.
No, the Teddy's in the museum. I just have a feeling.
Oh,
All right, then let's go to the museum.
let's go to the museum.
Wait.
Oh, we're just gonna
that-
leave our dead brother's body.
Yeah, I was going to
and
wonder,
head
now that we know this is
separated
our
here?
brother,
No.
you know
we are
what? We
not-
should go back and get the body. There's a grave. We could just put it in the grave.
Put him in the grave.
Right.
No. Okay.
Respectfully.
No, we aren't. No, we are not.
Okay.
In order to
God.
in order to give the glass up, I'm going to abandon something emotionally important to me just to prove how detached I am, and that is going to be the sanctity and the respect of corpses,
oh, you
which is to
motherfucker.
say, we do not care where our brother's dead body / head is. This is not something that matters. He is no longer with us. He has no more attachment to this physical plane, nor should we have any attachment to what is left. What is important are the memories and not the 180 pounds of flesh that he left behind. So be gone ideas that your body after you die has any meaning whatsoever.
Okay.
And with that, I do believe the chiaroscuro probably needs an opportunity to flex their detecting muscles.
All right. All right. Let's go see if we can figure out who this Teddy person is. So either go to the museum or ask the bellhop. Museum. Let's go to the museum.
Yeah, so you all enter this museum. It's a very small little complex. The museum itself hosts just basically a saddle for a horse on a pedestal with like some plaque information. It hosts like a stuffed taxidermy buffalo on a pedestal, and also a carving of a man with kind of like a funny little haircut with small glasses and a mustache. A man kind of sees you enter the museum and approaches you all and says, hang on, let's see here. We're gonna show that off. Gonna Teddy. And says,
Yes, hello. My name is Teddy. I'm the curator here at the museum. I'd happy to show you anything that you would need. Do you have any questions about the exhibit today?
Hi, Teddy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you know who I am?
No, what's your name?
How long have you worked for this particular museum location? How long have you been here?
Longer than most, shorter than most.
So you wouldn't say you're familiar with the security guard of this particular the security guard never came to check the museum to make sure that the exhibits hadn't been burgled or tampered with.
I knew the guard.
You knew the guard.
Yeah, God rest his little soul. Daniel's a good guy.
Yeah.
I really thought about him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how exactly have you that I am not Daniel and that Daniel is deceased? Would you say? And I'm going to click the pen and take out the flip notebook.
I mean, you kind of look like Daniel a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'd probably say, well, you're in law enforcement, so you're probably related somehow. I think most people guess that.
Most people actually seem to think I am Daniel. Also, it seems like most of the people out around here are not aware that he has left this mortal coil or that I am not him. However, you seem to be under no such misgiving. Other than the fact you obviously have a curator's eye and are very competent at your job, how would you like me to put in my report that you are aware of things that at this point only the attending super detective and the killer would know?
I mean, they told all the staff that the guard was dead.
Who did?
I mean, Boss Man
told you that Daniel was dead.
Yep. And they said that a detective was coming to investigate.
Correct him that it's super detective.
Yeah, it is super detective. By the way, I'm going to flash the badge with like the little extra super added to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there? So I'm sorry if you thought I was being a little too aggressive there. I just, I'm having a kind of a hard day. Would you say anything in this museum is what you would consider monetarily valuable? Has anything been stolen or tampered with that you are aware of?
I mean, I kind of think that Guy Van Guy has been looking around here too much at some of the different things that we've got. I think he wants to do a magic trick with the buffalo.
Okay. Honestly, why wouldn't that be okay with you? Would that be a problem?
I mean, would you? I wouldn't necessarily want my exhibit to be walking. I'm not a real magic woo kind of guy. It's not my. I'm more rooted in history. Yeah,
you're a scholar and a gentleman. I get that. What are your feelings on birds?
On birds.
Yeah, were you aware there's like a aviary on the roof of this building?
Yeah. That's where. Yeah. I'm familiar. Yeah, that's where they put the body, right?
Yeah, I honestly was going to ask you if you ever go up there and look for any dead birds to stuff and put in the museum, or
No,
No.
but that's where they put the body. Yeah.
So that's where they put the body. So that you don't think Daniel was killed there. You think his body was placed there.
Oh.
So where do you think he might have been killed? In your opinion, if someone was going to kill the only security guard in a large, very weird hotel, and then take his body all the way upstairs and stick it in an aviary on the roof, where do you think the actual killing probably happened?
It's about, you know what? I'm looking at the time now. It's about time for me to go. The museum's got to close tonight early.
Early?
So
why? You have a special event planned?
Yeah. We got to look at it with the supervisor. We got to do it together.
Fantastic. Who is the supervisor?
Boss man, we got to bring him in here because.
Okay, so Boss Man is also the super. Hey, I'll tell you what. I am really fascinated by museums. I really, really like some of your exhibits. They're fascinating. They're well dusted and everything. Would you mind if I, just take a few minutes and just kind of tag along, see how all this works out?
Yeah. So I would say that this would be a kind of just like. I would say this would be a signal roll because you're kind of like keeping it cool.
I'm trying to keep it cool, but I'm also like smacking, like I'm hitting all the emergency buttons on this guy.
Right.
Or trying to anyway. All right. So do I have a +1 to that? I hope.
Or signal.
Yeah.
Signal discipline, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me remind.
And we have we also have an expertise.
Ooh. Wrong command. Okay, hold on. There you go. Wait, why did I do that? I apologize. My brain is somewhere else. There we go.
Fallout looking roll.
Yeah, that's a terrible roll.
All right, so
it's
with
an 8.
An 8. So that's a mixed success. I'm gonna take a point of deja vu. You're gonna kind of tag along with him.
Yeah.
He's gonna just start walking around nervously, looking for Boss Man. He's like going up to the supervisor's office, trying to look around. He's just like pacing the hallways. He's just like going around looking nervously for something, and he can't find it. And because he can't, he's basically stuck in a loop. Basically,
right.
breaking him. He's stuck in a full loop.
I made the creepy guy feel uncomfortable. I'm on a roll. Yeah.
I would maybe suggest passing to me because I've got greatest innocence, so I can keep questioning him.
I agree. At this
him
point, we should have like
bit.
childlike wonder at this museum and maybe try and disarm him a little bit. So yes, I'm passing the spyglass to you.
All right, so he's futzing around, still in the museum, correct?
No, he's like throughout the halls of the hotel. Like he's like gone to the lobby. He's gone up to
wandering around.
Wherever you pick a room to stop him in, and he'll stop.
Okay, so while he can still keep walking, I'm just gonna ask him questions like, hey, why does this hotel have a museum? That's pretty unique for a hotel to have a museum. Like, what's the thinking behind that?
Well, now that you say something about that,
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why it's so small either. They wanted a museum to some president. You know, we all love the presidents around here. This one was named. They made this like little mask, and he kind of points to his face. He's like, "I'm supposed to look like him."
Are you little Teddy Roosevelt looking dude?
Yeah.
That was a mime. All right. No shade to the artist. So like, wow. So is this? I feel kind of embarrassed. I've been here for so long. Is the name? What is the name of this hotel? Is it the Roosevelt?
That's a great. I think I'm trying to remember.
Can you do like a what do I want this to be? You're kind of like putting together pieces. I think that it's. Oh no, I think it's grand definition, because you're like thinking of like you're trying to like get him to understand the concept of like. I gotta really be careful with this. Oh. So grand definition for that role.
Okay. Ooh.
Got that 9 coming off of there. I think your grand definition is -1, so that brings it back down to an 8. And I'm gonna take a point of deja vu as well.
At least it's not a fail.
At least it's not a fail. And he looks at you and he says, I think the hotel's called the Vivian Vivance Vivancium Hotel Resorts and Spa.
Oh, that's such a stupid name.
It's named after Vivian. That's a lady who hangs out by the pool, right?
Yeah, she's technically, she's the owner.
He's the owner. So Boss Man works for her.
Yeah. You didn't know? Wait, you didn't know that?
No, but Vivian's married to
Guy Van Guy.
Guy Van Guy. So that's very interesting. Did my brother ever talk to you about Guy Van Guy?
I mean, he was kind of skeptical about him once Vivian brought him on board, and just all
the magic.
Yeah,
like you mentioned that you're not into that kind of magic mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, they were telling me things about like don't go to the rooms and click your heels together twice, and don't do this and don't do that, and I mean the sense of apathy of. Truthfully, I don't care about this job. Like, I'm just...
Teddy, have you ever been to room 302?
No, I don't like to go and do the rooms because they've made them all weird.
You should go. We should go right now to room 302. What are you doing right now? You said you had a meeting with Boss Man, but you've just been walking around. Let's go to 302. I want to show you something.
Okay, you're kind of like you're trying to get him excited to go to room 302. So I would say that this would be kind of like I think this is a heart bleed. I think you're like trying to really like relate to him and get him, like, you're trying to really understand him. I feel like that's the line of questioning, and also like convince him to do something. So I think it's heart bleed.
Aw.
Turn on your heart, bleed. Oh, no. Do you have a bonus on that or no? I think we have
+1.
A negative.
There you go.
+1.
Got it.
That's something.
Yeah. So
It's
he
something.
looks. He's a.
Oh yeah. Okay, man. Let's. If you want to, sure, we can do that. I've never been.
It'll be real quick. It'll be great.
Okay.
We'll go to room 302.
Okay. So you do that.
All right, we're gonna click that lamp 3 times.
Okay.
We're gonna go to room 302.
Okay.
The supernumerary cannot go to this extreme, but I hope you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, at least partially. Does someone want to take over?
On child, like you can do this.
All right. Let's see. New experiences. Let's see.
This is your plan. You're seeing it through.
You've got a knife in your shoulder as we speak.
I still have a knife in my shoulder.
It's,
I'm going to pull that knife out of my shoulder.
Forgot about that.
Yeah,
my
you're gonna
God.
take another injury. Now it's the chef knife in the shoulder. Now that puncture wound is now actively bleeding.
Yeah.
Which is gonna give you a -1 to all of your rolls.
Yep.
Now,
Okay,
I
but would it be
also-
worse if you pulled it out, though?
I've pulled it out. I am now brandishing
He's
a
done
knife.
it.
But also, I still have.
So we have a
greatest
knife.
innocence.
All we need is some meat, and it'll heal it up, right?
Oh,
Hey guys,
Oh.
meat.
there is a dead pig body still from
we can just create more.
yeah.
We could just make more of them.
It just
I
makes
guess.
more-
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
I got
going
it.
to
It's the
ask
pork.
Teddy.
I figured out a name for the room. It's got to be the Pork Futures Warehouse.
Sure. So I'm gonna ask Teddy, in the
Can-
sweetest, nicest
different
way
work, why not?
possible, with my greatest innocence. I'm gonna ask Teddy first. Does he know what happens in room 302?
Oh, I mean, no, but this is really weird.
Oh, it's gonna get weirder. I'm gonna stab Teddy.
Okay. Yeah. Do an inertia roll.
Always inertia. We always fail, and I get stuck with the murder weapon in my hand. And
I mean,
just
Classic
classic.
Oh my god.
it seems right.
Yeah, that's a grand success. Yeah, you go and you stab Teddy right through the just the back,
heart?
like, and he
Oh.
keels over. Well, you're kind of like, I don't know. You stab him right through the back, and he
Okay.
keels over and falls on the ground. And he's kind of just like slowly bleeding out. Are you just gonna wait for him to bleed out, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna ask him a question. I'm gonna ask him, did he kill my brother?
No, I did.
And he's gone. And about the time he's
man,
gone, another
why did
body
you-
is just next to
Dude.
him.
Man, you
All right.
can't kill the suspect all the time. You can't do that.
I mean,
You can in 302.